All right, Karl. First question. We were just talking earlier before I started recording about this tour. How it's very eclectic with Frank Turner and Nobro. As you guys continue to tour, what do you guys look for in terms of like tour mates or tour lineups?
It's, a lot of the time, in the past it's been friends, or a lot of the time bands that Bill has made a record for, or that Stefan has worked with, and there's really no fixed process for it. We've known Frank for a while, and this seemed like a good fit.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Very cool. And then I feel like you guys have been touring nonstop really since 2016 when Milo came back full time. I mean, you guys past 2 years almost the Circle Jerks run was everywhere. You guys took that tour everywhere, and now you're on this big run. And right after this is a Social Distortion tour.
Yeah.
What keeps you guys going just nonstop?
I don't know. I think a lot of it's we still enjoy playing a lot, and a lot of the material was challenging enough to play when we were in our 20s, and now that we're 60, we're all over 60. They're more of a challenge. I think that's part of it motivates us. Also, we enjoy each other. We hang out. We do tour stuff. We've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, I remember last time I saw you. This was unofficial. We were just talking. You guys were just getting ready to sound check, and I said your bass lines are amazing. And you said to me, "Oh, it's not me. It's the drum parts that Bill writes."
Well, no, and also Bill. And I spread this wisdom everywhere I can. Bill wrote a lot of the most memorable bass parts. He wrote the song "My Age," for example. He wrote songs like that. Everyone in this band can play everyone else's instrument, and that sort of lends itself to a thing where, for example, the song "Shameless Halo" from the last record, Stefan wrote almost every lick of every bass note on that bass part. So a lot of the time I get unfair credit for stuff that the other guys are laying down. But it's fun to be in a band where if I want to get out on a limb, I can do it. And usually I don't get slapped down too hard for it. So.
Well, I feel like through the band's career, you guys have been blessed with just great bass players all around.
Yeah, I mean, I can't overestimate how much Tony Lombardo's playing just has contributed to the whole sound of this band. The freedom he played with, and the intensity he played with, and we still stay in touch with him. We had him come back a few years ago to do the entire Milo Goes to College album, which we certainly didn't have to do, but I felt like it was the right way to go, to bring him back.
That's cool. It's very nice.
Yeah,
nice thing to do.
But and Doug, we still see Doug. That's the thing about people who are involved in our band, whether it's All or Descendents, they're still our friends. We still see them. It's just they don't come out on tour. They don't make the records.
Yeah,
that's about it.
It's almost, I feel like, for fans of the band who may not know as much of the lineage, if they watch like Filmage, for example, it's a huge family tree.
Yeah.
That really goes down.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in a band for a sufficient length of time, I think you tend to get that, because I mean, a lot of people are good to be in a touring band for a short time and then would like to get back to their lives. There are people like that, and then there's people like Stefan and me who this was always something that we really wanted to do. Like, we look at what Black Flag was doing when we had our little band, the Massacre guys, in Salt Lake when we were teenagers. We looked at Black Flag and we're like, yeah, we want to do what those guys are doing, and it wasn't about being rich or being famous. It was about being able to get out on the road and play every night. And so we achieved that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When we're in the conversation of songwriting, one of the best songs that you've been credited for, that I think is brilliant, is American, which is all you, apparently, right?
Yeah, and I'm afraid that someone pinned me on something, and they're right about it, which is in my litany of great American artists and musicians, I left women out of it, and I shouldn't have.
That's nice to revisionist.
I should have dropped a few women in there.
Yeah, but the lyrics in that song are fire. It's great.
But man, and it's what we're living now too, which is kind of. There was a thing where punk rock songs can be quite prophetic sometimes. Because when we did that Circle Jerks tour, they have that song "Paid Vacation," which says it's not Vietnam, it's another oil company scam. Take your money, place your bets. It's Afghanistan. And he called that tune, 20 years before anything happened in Afghanistan.
Yeah. So, speaking of songwriting, I know you guys have been working on new music for a while.
Yeah.
I think last time I talked to y'all, Steven said you guys had a ton of songs kind of worked on. I know you guys haven't officially announced anything yet, but 2026 is supposed to be the year.
It's really, Bill and I are the sticking points. Stefan and Milo are very prolific, and we've already recorded their material for this, and I have done some demos. Bill's done some demo of his own, and we just haven't gotten down to doing them yet.
Okay.
So,
Very cool. Progress, though.
Progress, yeah, man. I mean, it's, we all write, and we've always got something in our back pocket that we can do, but sometimes, life takes precedence sometimes, and you get lost in that. I don't have, it's not like I get up in the morning and have a fixed time of day I'm going to sit down and work on songs. I probably should, but
you guys have been touring too for
yeah.
constantly since, like I said, since 2016, but just in general.
But we take time off. I mean, there's typically, because winter tour can be very stressful and problematic, and because people, everyone in the band has kids except me. For years we did the thing of where we would take kind of late November through March off from the road, so everyone could have the holidays with the families.
Makes sense.
And that we still do that. We just got off that before we started this. We stopped in November and picked it up here. But it's Milo. He had a job doing biological research and got laid off from it, and that's why we even started touring again.
Okay.
So he just said, "Why not? I'll do this now instead."
Yeah.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
All right. One last question. Obviously, touring this year and continuing to write the record. From what you guys, without revealing too much, what you guys worked on, how would you define the sound of some of the stuff coming out? Is it similar to past Descendents? Is it a little bit more?
It's obviously it's the same people writing. I've got a few. I think what I would like to think are a few kind of wild card songs. We'll see how it works because Stefan started writing. I'm just going to say more conventional songs than he used to. And it's kind of forced me into the position of, well, now someone has to write the weird songs.
Yeah.
Someone's got to write Wiener Schnitzel. Someone's got to do that.
That's cool.
All
right, man. Thank you.
Yeah.